I've been paying Adobe every month for years, and last month I sat down and saw the charge coming out my bank and thought, right, is this still actually the best op for editing landscape photos? So I gave DxO Photo Lab 9 a go on my own raw files from my own shoots, and honestly the results surprised me. Hi, I'm Craig and I share landscape photography adventures from across Scotland, and hopefully a wee bit further, and hopefully a wee bit of help along the way. Now, I'm not a software reviewer whatsoever. This isn't a deep dive into every single feature. What I'm doing is taking 3 raw files that I have in my collection and putting them through DxO Lab and through Lightroom to see which one performs better for landscape photography. So the 3 images I'm using today are a sunrise at Kafir Shipwreck, a photo of Failford Gorge with the garlic and a bridge, and the last raw file is of Turnberry Lighthouse. So hopefully, if you're in the same boat as me, wondering whether there's a better option than Lightroom, I hope this gives a wee bit of clarity. Right, so I've set up each software to process the raw file without doing any editing to it at all, just so you can see how different they process each image. So I've zoomed in on the shipwreck in both Lightroom on the left hand side and DxO on the right hand side. So I've done nothing to it, just imported them. The DxO ones I've done through a Pure Raw, which is actually an amazing piece of software. So in the Lightroom one, this is what I've been used to for years. As you can see, well, hopefully you can see in this area here, there's a lot more noise and not as much detail in the sky as there is in a DxO one where there is no noise whatsoever. Both, I would say, about the same level of sharpness so far. DxO's raw engine pulls out more detail and gives the sky better, the shadow should I say, better noise reduction. Now onto the sunset golden hour shot. I've got this image here of Turnberry Lighthouse open up in Lightroom. I'm just going to do a quick edit, take the highlights down and pull the shadows up on both Lightroom and DxO, and we'll see how they both handle it. I'm not going to change anything else, just going to take the highlights down to where I think they should be, and then I'm just going to raise the shadows up, probably quite a bit in this image. It's actually recovered quite well. I really like this image, and I say this is what I'm used to with Lightroom. So switch over to DxO and I'll do the exact same image. So their setup is slightly different from Lightroom, but you get the same sort of sliders. So just take the highlights down ever so slightly, and then I'll boost the shadows up. Yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. So I'll get them so they're side by side, hopefully. And then you can see, much prefer the sky with the highlights taken down in the DxO image than I do in the Lightroom one. Much more texture it looks like in the sand as well compared to the Lightroom one. Okay, so as for this garlic shot of Failford Gorge, you can actually see, well, I don't know if you can see, but I can see the difference in the noise and sharpness in this area here. So this is the Lightroom one that I've been used to, and on my screen it just looks a wee bit noisy, maybe not quite as sharp, and round about this area here with the wee bits of garlic as well. And then when you go over into the DxO one, it just looks clean, crisp, a lot better to be fair. And then there's the price, which is probably why most of you are watching. Adobe's plan starts at $11.99 a month, every single month until you stop it. And as you can see, that's well over £100 every year that you're paying out. And then on DxO's Photo Lab is currently at $219.99, and that is all you will ever pay. You can pay to upgrade if you wish, but the software itself will run exactly how it is. It has one of the best raw processing and shadow recovery that I have seen. The math works out that after just over about a year, DxO has paid for itself, and then after that you're saving money every single month. Now, I want to be upfront and honest with you. DxO Photo Lab doesn't do everything that Lightroom does. There's no catalogue system in the same way Lightroom does, and if you've got years of photos already organised, switching across isn't simple. I've got a fair few photos in Lightroom, and the thought of migrating them all over is a wee bit daunting, to be quite honest with you. DxO doesn't have the mobile app which I use on a daily basis. So if you're editing on your phone or laptop, and as well as on your computer, now that's something to think about as well. But this is a big but. The pure image quality on landscape photos, DxO is genuinely impressive. The texture and detail that you get straight out of your images before you've even done any processing, Lightroom just doesn't match that. I'll pop the links of DxO and Lightroom in the description so you can go and check them out for yourself. If you have any questions about either of them, leave them down in the comments and I'll reply back to you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you'd like to see more landscape photography in Scotland, I'd be ever so grateful if you'd hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you on another one.